Ladies and gentlemen, I have a bit of a surprise. After, I guess we're on episode 22 now, a long time, like over half a year maybe, I have finally installed Create. And what we are going to do today will involve Create. I will do my best to learn this mod because I am a novice. I know how to make a automatic wheat farm. I know how to make a water wheel. But today, the plan is we are going to make a monorail, or a beginning of it. If we're gonna lay out a track over the whole map, probably not yet. But it would be cool if we had like a monorail station, like somewhere over here or there. And then we could go over these places. At least like the big ones here, because these are like relatively enclosed. So if we could go over this one, and perhaps have a loop going like this, or have it go all the way around here, and then over the Spinosaurus and then back, because I want to put something over here as well, and I'm gonna be filling this space up sometime. We have so many options. So I was thinking we could either put it like right here or right here, like the monorail entrance, but we could also use one of these spaces, like this, as like a little transit hub where you go in and you buy your ticket for the monorail or whatever, and then take a staircase up, and then there's a platform like here, and then you start going. But that also wouldn't really make sense since you buy your entrance tickets here, right? So it would make more sense to have it be behind the entrance. And in that case, we do have a little bit of space over here. And a station doesn't need to be that big, along with the carts. And if we have like the rail, we could make it go through the trees maybe. Or would that be too high? I feel like that's too high. We could we could have it go about this high, follow the river like this, and then go this way towards the herbivore enclosure. Let's first clear out an area, I guess, and I also need to figure out how to even do this in the first place. So that means I gotta watch tutorials, I gotta figure out what is what and how you even make a train. Because I know you have tracks. I have, what's it called? Steam and Rails, the add-on. And those should... I feel like I need to make a whole factory before I can even get started on this. What is it? So it applies iron nuggets or zinc. I will use iron because I have an infinite source of that. And then it gets deployed. So I guess we could do like a conveyor belt that goes from this one into this one and then that. Is it really just an oak slab and 2 deployers later? It's, in that case, that would be pretty easy. Let's see. And we have train station, trains, coupler, track switch. Okay. Steam and rails. This is all steam and rails. Yeah, before I get too deep into just looking at what all of this is, I will go watch a tutorial. Okay, so tutorials have been watched. And quick question. If you guys hear the monkeys in the background, like the ambient noises of the sparse jungle biome, is that annoying? Should I turn that off? Because like right now I kind of like the ambiance, but I don't know if it's too loud for YouTube and gets distracting. Anyway, I have watched tutorials, I have figured out how trains work in Create and Creative, and now let's get busy clearing an area. I changed my mind on how I wanted it to go. At first I wanted it to go like through here. However, that means it would also have to go through here somehow. And I feel like it might be better to have it come like this way, like it going this way instead of this way. So it'll go this way and then it can go over here maybe. It has to go through here to come back instead of through there. So maybe it would be better if we did this way. And then it can also go over the petting zoo. Then I have to clear out some trees, which isn't the biggest problem, but just a little bit sad because I like these trees. Yep. Anyway, that is the plan. Now we gotta clear this area out. Already started designing things, but I don't know if I'm really happy with it because it kind of turned out more of a... kind of turned out like a big block, right? And I want it to feel nice. So, sort of like dynamic shapes, if that makes sense. So instead of big block, have it be like curved somehow. So maybe we could have like a platform that kind of comes out into a curve, or like a bigger curve. I feel like that could be nice architecturally wise. And then either we could do a platform that is just like empty with parasols, or we could have like a little overhead cover. So if it rains, the guests that are waiting have some form of shelter. Okay, slight epileptic seizure warning. If you cannot handle bright lights, look away for a second. But this is what happens when I try to mine these water wheels. Like, what is that? It's over if you were looking away. I need to set up a little area where I can do some factory stuff. But because I'm not going that deep into it right now, I'm not going to make a whole dedicated area to it. So I just picked a little field out. So now I need to make a couple water wheels to generate some water power. Then we need deployers and a conveyor belt, so it goes like in a long line where we can have it go from deployer to... What is that? Just a... That's not a deployer, that's a mechanical press? Question mark? Oh, and you get 6 of those. And we also need a mechanical press to make these iron sheets. See, that's speed right there. Then we grab a depot, put it underneath. And now if we put iron ingots in there. Okay, it's still not that fast, but it's something. Maybe I could just put another one next to it and then speed it up by 2 by just adding another. Dong, dong. There's something about the create mod that is just so satisfying. Okay, you know, maybe this wasn't so quick and easy as I thought, because now I need brass, and to make brass I need a blaze burner, and I need zinc, and I need a whole bunch of stuff that I don't have right now. Because I added create in late, I need to go find some new chunks to find the ores. And... oh, that looks pretty cool, even with distant horizons. I got my zinc in the furnaces. So now we just wait until that's melted, and then we can combine it into brass, and then we can actually do stuff with it. Now we're cooking with brass. Now, I could have very well have done this wrong, but I believe that this is right. So we needed these metal girders. They go out here, get placed there, and then get added to train rail, whatever that is. Then iron plates, and then pressed. So hopefully if I put these in, they will work? Question mark? Okay, so I believe I did it right, but I think I don't need these depots. I think I can just... and we get a belt and connect it over there. Now, if we put in these things again... oh. Oh. It works. It works. Now, does it take anything from the chests above? I don't know. I don't know how... well. So yeah, I record using OBS, and I couldn't see the screen exactly, but apparently someone just subscribed, so you're in the video now. Good for you. So this is mission accomplished for the monorail tracks. Huzzah! Wait, what do I need for? There's a couple things I need. I also need a train station, which is train casing, which is brass casing with... No, what is this? What is this? I thought we were almost there. I guess I gotta set that up as well. So while I have this fluid spout set up now to spout lava into whatever we put underneath it, I need powdered obsidian. And to get powdered obsidian, we need crushers. And to make crushers, we need to do mechanical crafting, which is like the big 5x5 crafting thing. It just keeps going deeper every time I think I'm finished. I need to do so much more. So now we need to make mechanical crafters, I believe. Yeah, 21 of them. But you get 3. Okay, so now that should be fine. Then we need to hook it up to to our power source, which we should just be able to do like this. Nope, because we are overstressed. That was enough already, and I didn't even properly power all of these. Well then hopefully this should take care of our power needs for a while. Oh, there he goes. Does it? Oh, it gives me 2. Okay, well that speeds things up a little. And now we are going to crush obsidian. And then finally, hopefully, we can get started on the actual metro, which is the whole topic of this episode. I love getting distracted and going on tangents. Okay, don't blame me for it being really ugly, but I put some obsidian in here and it's making noise, so something should happen. Oh. Well, that's spouted obsidian. And how much of that do we actually need? We need a sturdy sheet, which is... Oh, that's the first step, and then it needs to be pressed twice. Okay, and then we need that for... Do we need just 1 for the train station? And we get 2. Or, no, just 2. And we also need them for train controls. Now, moment of truth. Are we going to get what we wanted? Powdered obsidian gets blasted, gets pressed, and we have sturdy sheets. This is such a process, but it's kind of fun. It really reminds me of like... I mean, of course it reminds me of Satisfactory, right? Because it's... That's the factory game, next to like Factorio or whatever. But this is... Even though it's tedious, getting all the cogs and whatever to be connected, it's kind of fun. I could see myself making a factory sometime, maybe. Not anytime soon, though. I have bigger plans and more dinosaur-related plans. Speaking of which, this is not really a dinosaur-related episode, but as soon as we're done with this, we will be able to see a very great amount of dinosaurs, so it is related. So now we have these sturdy sheets. We can finally make... Oh, we need this for train schedules as well. So let's make a couple of those. Then we need train stations, which is train casing, brass casing. Okay. Train stations. Let's make 4 of those. Do we need anything else with these? We have train stations. I don't think we need any of... We need train controls, that's right. What is a precision mechanism? And we have it. The precision mechanism, all I needed to do was put a gold sheet in here, add some cogs and iron nuggets, and do that 5 times over, and now we have it. And now we can make... What was it again? Train controls? Is it really only 1? It really is only 1. So these tracks are actually pretty interesting, because what you can do is you place one of them in one spot, and then when you want to place another, you can see this outline. So in this case, I want it to be over here. and then it places the whole thing. Apparently for the cost of only one of these, which is nice. So this is going to be about the length of this station, of the train cart itself, I feel. I feel like this height is pretty nice. Maybe we can have it miss this tree, otherwise this tree's gotta go. And then it can curve through here. And maybe we can get rid of this tree and have it go wherever, this way maybe. So the train is gonna be, or the monorail cart is gonna be about that big. And I want to make the platform like to here, not too big, because it's going to be coming around quite frequently, so we don't need a very large waiting area because people are going to be getting in and getting off very frequently. Then I want the staircase up to this place to probably go up here, like alongside this road. And then we can have the platform kind of hang over this road. And can either have it be like open air platform, or we can have a roof, or we can make like little parasols or something, like a place where people can hide from the sun or the rain, because it rains quite often in this sparse jungle, so it would make sense to do that, right? What are we gonna do first, the train or platform? Maybe just the general shape of the platform first. That would be nice to see how big everything is and if it fits and whatever. Okay, so this is kind of what I'm thinking right now. That are very rudimentary and a little ugly maybe. But like this is gonna be where the train cart goes in, and because it's gonna have a bigger underside, it needs like a hole to like kind of snugly fit in, I guess. And then where I'm standing is gonna be like the platform that the people wait. And it needs some kind of way to have these rails hung up. So what do we do for that? I feel like we could do like some arms maybe that like carry it, because we could just make a standard roof and attach it to that, but I feel like that would be a little boring. So it could be cool if we had like two big pillars and then it hangs off of that or something, or like more pillars. Then I would have to probably make it come down into here. Let's just keep going and see what happens. The shape is definitely shaping, I would say. And if you're wondering about these little gaps in the stairs, I have added copycat blocks. So now I can make slabs out of everything. Let's see, how do you make these even? Zinc and a stone cutter. Okay, cool. That works out quite nicely. Slabs. 2 stacks. That is... they work as vertical slabs as well. I am very happy about that revelation. But I feel like it will make building with them ever so slightly harder, because that will happen. Isn't that nice? Now what I could also do is I'm using these weird slabs to go up here, because there's no real good colored slab that really blends in with this. Well, actually, maybe just... Oh, wait, no, because I'm using a resource pack and it makes the default bricks different. But now I can add these copycat things and just put these blocks in there. And now it'll all blend in. Now, where do we put the entrance to this thing? Probably like right here, right? I'll make all of this nice and tidy when we're done, I guess. Right now I'm adding some more curve to the backside of this thing. And hopefully that should give it the desired shape. So now it has this shape. Like it curves like this and it curves like that. I think that looks pretty nice. Like it makes sense that it's like held up by itself, but we could still do like pillars of some kind here. Pretty sure Create has some sort of pillar or like structural support. I'll find it. Now we need to add something of a support for this thing. Also, oh, stuck. I think we can already put a train station down and give it a name. So where do we put this? Do we put it somewhere where we can't see it, or do we not care about that? Because we could just put it right there. But we first have to... How does this work again? We have to right-click this thing, and this shows up. How does... Can I just... Oh, I can't do it here. But while I'm holding this and I'm looking at one of these, I can create a train station, and that is the block where it will stop. So I gotta be pretty sure that it ends up right in the middle here. This is... Yeah, that's the middle. I'll go see if it works. Okay, well now we have poles. Big wooden beams that hold up the rails and probably also a roof. Otherwise it's a bit overkill for the sheer size of these things. This is what it looks like from this side. That is not quite long enough. Like, this is 2 blocks, but it's supposed to be 3, so it's gotta go 1 down. Yuck. And then under here we can do like a little patch of like coarse dirt or whatever, because the sunshine doesn't reach there, so it could be like nothing, or a cool little something that we put underneath there. It can be anything. You know, now that we have the platform, we could just get started on the train, and I'm pretty sure that the way this works is that and then this one, and then that should have an even number or an odd number in the middle. Okay, interesting. So now we can, with super glue, attach blocks to this, and if we connect that one to that one, it will technically count as a train as long as we put the controls in. So we could do a little experiment here. Behold, the train. That goes there. So now we need to... Oh wait, now it's glued, I think. I'm pretty sure it's glued. Can we assemble the train? And now if we get on and right click this, we can go forward until we hit the end of the track, and we can go backwards. This is how it works. That is really cool. Okay, so let's see then. If we want to hold space to approach train station, and then it stops right there. Stop controlling it, I can get off. And then if I do disassemble, I can now interact with all the blocks again. That's the basic principle of how this works. So now we need to design an actual train. Okay, so I want it to be green because I like green. I want it to have lots of open windows so you can see everything. I know that there is, let's see, there's doors, sliding doors. Is that this one? I think it's this one. Wait, how do I do that? Just glass and this. Let's see. I think these slide. They do. Do they slide together? Okay, cool. I'm pretty sure that if you put these together on a train, that they will count as train doors, and whenever the train arrives at the station, these doors will automatically open, which is really cool. Nice. I'm probably gonna go design this thing in creative because I want to get pretty detailed. And as far as I'm aware, we can use a schematic with a schematic cannon to kind of like paste it into this world. Okay, we need gunpowder to shoot all the blocks in place. Checklist. Add the schematic. Okay. I will go design the thing. I'll figure this out. And I'll be back. I was busy gathering some calcite. And look how majestic it is just flying over to our park. It just looks like I'm going over to an actual major park. It's so expansive. if that makes sense. I don't usually toot my own horn, but I'm quite proud of myself for all of this. I'm almost done gathering all of the materials. I only need some calcite and some placards, but those can go last. The rest is a whole bunch of copycat blocks, which I had just enough zinc for. So now we cut this up. Look at this. It's going. It's placing it. This is really cool. Like, these are copycat things, so that it places them immediately with the right block inside of them is really cool. Oh, look at that. I'm time-lapsing it, so I guess we'll cut to that right now. Ladies and gentlemen, it would appear we have ourselves a train, or a monorail. Now, how this works is, I mean, basically we just go inside, we press control the train, and we just go. Okay, so that's a problem. I already bumping into things. Look at this little train. Wait. Those are not supposed to be glued. Okay, so ignoring these pieces of wood, look at this cute little monorail. It has like a nice rounded front, big open windows, placards acting as lights. And then on the inside, which you can walk around in even if it's like in train form, we have lights that don't work, sadly. I added these slices, copycat slices, as like railings, so that you can sit here and hold the railing and then look out over this very clear glass. And then now all we have to do is extend this path everywhere, basically. Hopefully if I do this, I will get the option to return to the station. Yeah, hold space to approach the... Okay, cool. Then I stop controlling it. I disassemble the train, because these things need to go. I don't know how to like deselect things with super glue, because I got this whole thing. This one. Hopefully this includes everything. Now we break that. And the other block on this side. And hopefully that should work. Yeah, it's a shame those lights inside don't work when it's in train form. Oh, wait, what did I do? Oh, uh-oh. Even though there's like colliders here that I can't get out and whatever, I can still break stuff outside. So while I was punching this thing, I broke the rail on top. Oops. Let's see, so now if I go in here and I go, the doors close as well. And then we go backwards. We hold space. And then they close as well. Or they open again. These as well. I think this is going to be a massive success when we finish it all. Okay, so these doors line up right there. So let me get some more of these very pretty andesite bars. We could do like this, because it stops at the same point every time. We could have that. Now we just need to add a roof over here and extend the track, and I think we're pretty much done. Yeah, let's do that. I also need to figure out a design of like a pillar, like a pole that holds up the track, because right here it's held up by these giant logs, but in other places I want like a skinnier, sleeker design. Okay, I extended the track a little, and this is what we're looking at now. So we go through the trees, which hopefully should not clip anywhere. Nope. Then we go down. Don't mind the blocks. Those are just placeholders. It feels a little steep, the going down part, but this is the view you have from in here. Which, if the T-Rexes were actually over here, would be absolutely crazy. You could like see them feed there and there. I should just like use barrier blocks or something to section off different areas just to spread them around so they don't just all go that corner and those two corners, because it's getting on my nerves. Then we go forward. We go over the footpath here, which, let's see, how much clearance do we have? Oh, that's... Is that pretty cool or is that pretty dangerous? We should probably raise this up a little. This should be fine. More than fine, even. See, now that's just really cool. I love this little train guy. It is very neat, and I hope you guys like it too. Let's keep going. By the way, once I have this all finished, you don't even need to drive the train yourself. You can add a little conductor. And I'm pretty sure that could be any mob, or just a dedicated conductor mob. You put it in the seat, you give it your train schedule, and then it will follow the schedule, and then you can have a little guy with a hat doing your train stuff. I just figured out that you can change the max length of the tracks. So it was set to 32 and now I put it to 64. And if even that is too short, I can still set it to 128. And that way I can have these nice and long pieces that don't say too long or too far away every time. You know what? Executive decision. I will finish the track, like the entire track, at a later date. Right now we have it going all the way up until like over there somewhere. But the thing is, I don't have enough rails to make it all the way. And right now I just want to finish the train station, or the monorail station. And then I have decided I will finish all of the other stations and the entire track on stream. So look out for that. That will be sometime soon. I will announce the date of the stream in my Discord, and then we'll work on it while we can chat together, which will be a jolly old time. But for now, let's have a look at what the track shows so far. So let's see, can I reach that? And then, yeah, okay. When you have a conductor, oh wow, look at that. When you have a conductor, you can also limit the max speed. So right now when I'm holding forward, it's going really fast. But I found that in creative, something like 20% max speed gives a really nice pace where you can actually properly look around. There we have the T-Rexes. And then if we swap seats, we have the skeleton horses, the waterfall with a Triceratops that's totally not drowning. And then we go up. We can see all of this from this side. We go up past the viewing platform. Okay, that's a problem. We gotta make this higher. I wasn't expecting that. Hopefully we don't hit the heads of the Diplodocus, because that would be most unfortunate. No, we're good. You can see them nicely from here. Let's see. Can you even... Oh, look at that. That is so cool. Also the supports. The supports of the whole rail need to be done. But right now the track ends right there. So let's see. Go a little further, sit down. Here we can see Dinosaurus. Take a couple pictures. Go a little further. You have the compies, take a couple pictures. I am very happy with how this has turned out so far. One problem now is that we need to go the other way, and the other way has a max speed of like 5% or something. So yeah, that's gonna take a while. For this roof, I need so many more copycat slabs, so it's back to zinc mining because I already ran out. Here comes the monorail. Boop. I have finished the roof. I think it looks pretty good. Used a whole bunch of those copycat slabs, which also has connected textures, which is absolutely crazy. So now we have these like half slab glass pane thingies, including with these, or I also have these support beams that go down like that. And does that not look really cool? I think it fits in perfectly into the park. I added some benches as well and like a little trash can. And then let me just go back to this. Over here you have the exit, so people exiting the monorail will just be able to go here. And then other people will queue here. They can sit in the benches, they can wait. And then the line starts forming over here. So whenever the train arrives, then this place will be clear of people. People can exit. And then at the same time, people can enter. Which I think works out pretty well. I think I'll just make a schematic, like with the schematic cannon of this place. And then add like 3 of those around the park. I finished the loop. It's still very, very much a work in progress. It doesn't have supports. The route is a work in progress. It goes over the T-Rex and the herbivore enclosures, over the Diplodocus, over the Allosaurus, through here, over the Mosas, Paras, Spino, and then makes a big curve back through the petting zoo, and then ends back here. So maybe we can add like a station somewhere in this area, maybe, and then one near this, like near the aquarium, maybe like right there. That could be very cool. Yeah, I think, let's see. I also added some coarse dirt underneath here because there's no sunlight underneath, so why would there be grass growing? But look at this place. Is this not just... I fear I cooked with this one. This is like an architectural wonder, and I did that. That is crazy. Not to toot my own horn again, but you know, I'm totally tooting my horn right now. What else did I do? Yeah, so the roof is in. I swapped out those half slabs for, well, they were like normal slabs, but now I put them vertical to make the thing more gradual or whatever, like a little anti-aliased maybe. But the thing is that the textures are a bit weird, so I don't know if I'm keeping that. But I do like the overall shape with like the wood pillars and the roof. Like I could just imagine being here at night or in the rain, just sitting here, being sheltered, waiting for the next train. I could actually add one of those display boards, but I don't really know how to do that. So I feel like there's a couple things I want to do on stream, right? I want to do, I want to add the support beams. I want to make a better route. I want to talk to you guys, of course. And yeah, we can also do this display board. If you guys can help remind me, because I have a tendency to forget things. Yeah, so join the Discord if you want to be kept up to date with when I'm streaming, or just turn notifications on. I don't have time for more things, so I believe we are about ready to wrap this up. Ain't she a beaut? And there comes the train. You can hear it from so far away even. And look how well that fits. It's like hovering right over. Magnificent. And we have reached the end of today's episode. I made a full loop around the park, and I thought it would be nice for, as an ending of today's episode, for it to just be a full ride of the monorail without any talking, just nice ambiance or some music maybe. And then you can see the entire park at the same time. And then you can either choose to click off or just keep it running in the background, whatever. So I will leave it here for today. This train station, monorail station, is absolutely crazy. I'm so happy with it. And I hope you guys all enjoyed. If you're not subscribed, then consider doing so. Consider liking, consider joining my Discord, becoming a member. Thank you for Litematica. He's a member. You should do what he did. Anyway, that's all from me. And now on to the metro ride.